G'day and welcome back to Luca's tutorial on top-down shooter in 3D using Godot. And in this short video, I'm going to talk about how to create an exit room that will take you to the next level. The next few videos are all going to be fairly short. We're going to look at particles, we're going to look at changing levels this time, and a small menu system for starting the game up, which will create a game over screen that we can restart the game with. And there was something else. I took a photo of it on my camera so I can see what it was. I'll just have to double check what that was. There was something else, but there's another video that we'll do. So there's going to be about 4 or 5 more short ones, only about a couple minutes long. This one will probably be the longest. Now what I've actually done here is I've modeled this entire room. This is going to be my exit room. I've modeled it entirely in Blender. So rather than make these individual walls, this is just one object in Blender. And this is probably the better way to do it. It's just to start off with, I wanted people to see how Godot worked and get used to that navigation. So I've modeled this in Blender. I've actually exported it to Godot. I'm just going to show you how to build this scene up. So when it comes in, I put mine into my Blender models. It's called exitroom.glb. I'll create a new inherited. Now that gives me this stuff up the top here, but what I want to do with this model is how do I create the collision mesh for this? Right at the top here there's this button that says mesh, create tri-mesh static body. And that's actually just going to put the collision, the static body and the collision shape on it. Very simple, and you can do that with pretty much any mesh that you import from Blender as long as you've built it correctly. So with that done, what I need is an exit area node in the middle here. So I've actually already done this. Don't worry about the light and the camera that are in this. I just forgot to delete them from Blender when I exported them through. So this area node is right here, and you can see that it is just this little cube here with a collision shape on it. And I have also added a script to this called exitroom.gd. It's pretty easy to add the script. You just click that button there, exitroom.gd. And then on the area node, what I've done is gone ahead and add body entered and synced that up with the script. Now I'm just going to do that again because it's not actually connected in this script now. And it's down the bottom here. Now this is going to be very simple. All that we're going to do, we'll add a little bit of code here. If body.name equals player, just print changing level. Cool. Now I've gone and made a new level layout. So my level layout now contains this room over here, and I've got that all ready to go. So if I go ahead and test this now, I should be able to still run around. I can go through the doors. Those guys all do their stuff. Some of them drop ammo. I'm about to sneeze. This is gonna be awful. All right, and then if I walk into that central area, it should say down the bottom changing level. Okay, so that's what we want to actually get it to do, is to change the level. Now what I've also done is made a variety of levels down here. They're actually all the same, I just duplicated them. But test level 1, test level 2, test level 3. It is important with this method that I'm about to show you that your levels are named with a prefix and a number or postfix on the end, a numerical postfix. So the prefix should always be the same, test level, all in this case, like capitalization, titleization, and then 1, 2, 3. Now if we open up our script, our player stats, here it is, right at the top here, I'm going to add a variable, current level, and I'm going to set that to 1. That's going to be the first level. And then right at the bottom, I'm going to add a function that we're going to use. And it's going to be called change level. Don't worry about the comments. I was just testing this before I uncommented them. We're going to increase the current level by 1. Plus equals 1. I wonder if plus plus actually works in here. Plus plus usually increments it. No, it doesn't like it. Okay, so plus equals 1. That will increase the level by 1. And then we're going to change the level. And this is how we can reload or load a scene. we're going to change the scene. So get tree, I'll just move my cursor out of the way there. Get tree.change scene, and then in here we're going to type res : and I'm going to go to get the path of my level. So I can copy this path, I'm going to copy it into here. I'm just going to get rid of this bit right here. So get rid of the number and kind of close that quotation off. I'm going to add a string. We're going to do some string concatenation. Plus str current level. So if current level is equal to 2, it'll convert that to a string, add it to the end of test level, and then I'm going to have another plus and open those brackets. So what it does is if current level is equal to 2, it turns 2 into a string, and it goes change scene to if current level is equal to 2 after it's been increased, it changes the scene to scenes/test level 2.tscn. If it's level 2 when it gets here, it's going to change it to 3 and then load scene 3. So we'll just be able to add as many levels as you want afterwards. The final level, if you get like a boss level, you can just call it whatever at the end. So all these levels, unless you've got some kind of branching level system, you may have to do something a little bit different, such as having specific bits of code that take you to different areas. But this will work fine. So what I've got here is I'm going to put it in the debugger down the bottom and see if I can still run this. Okay. So if I go through here, it didn't actually do anything. And I wonder why. What's the debugger say? Player stats at function change level. Now, it did work before, so I'm not entirely sure why it's not working now. Let's go ahead and check that again. So I don't need that. Don't save that. Exit room, room 2. Exit room, on area, body entered, body name. Oh, because all I've done here is print changing level, which it did actually print there. So let's go ahead and call the function player stats dot change level. We don't need to say what level to. You could, but in this case, I'm not going to. And play that. So if I get into this room here, changes to level 2, and I know it's level 2 because there's actually more monsters in this room than was in the other one. Why is he invincible? Alright, he was in front of my raycar, so that's an interesting little bug. And then if I go into here, it's all good. And then if I go into here, it's not going to crash. So if it can't actually find the scene to load, it won't load it. So that's good and bad. But if I go here, errors, does it say, yeah, cannot load 6, 7, 8, 9, etc. So can't load the new level, but at least it doesn't crash. It's good and bad because there may be bugs that are happening sometimes in a game which it's not actually reporting on or not crashing on, and so you don't notice them until maybe it ships, and then you've got to sort it out afterwards. But that is changing levels, so you can design as many levels as you want. You have a little exit room or exit pad, and what I want to do in the future is add some particles here, so you kind of know that that's the teleporty area. We'll make it kind of do some particles and glow. The other video I was going to talk about is the world environment, so we'll do that one shortly.